Hi, this is James Malinchak, featured on ABC's hit TV show Secret Millionaire, co-author of the top-selling book Chicken Soup for the College Soul, two-time National College Speaker of the Year, and founder of BigMoneySpeaker.com. And welcome to the Success Show. I am so honored to have my special guest and friend, Steve Shallenberger. How are you, Steve?
I'm good, James. How are you doing?
Good to have you. Thanks for being here.
That's good to be here.
And we've got an amazing topic that we are going to discuss. It's called Becoming Your Best. Whether you want to become your best personally, professionally, financially, as a family, in a relationship, whatever that looks like for you, we're going to talk about becoming your best that are based on 13 constants that are really like guideposts or blueprints that successful people use to accomplish their dreams and goals. So, Steve, my first question is, how did you come up with this, and why did you want to not only write the book, but create the leading global leadership company that transforms the lives of individuals and transforms the lives of people working for corporations? And how did this all come about?
Okay, well, that's a good question, James. As I was a new manager, fresh out of college, I supervised 300 people. And I thought, okay, as the manager, what can I do to help these individuals be their best? How can I help them fulfill their greatest potential to reach their dreams and their goals? The follow-up question for me then was, well, are there defining factors that really lead to success? In other words, if they were applied consistently by individuals or organizations that had a successful outcome. And this really inspired a voyage of studying and research of leaders and organizations around the world.
And over 40 years of studying.
Yeah, well, after 40 years...
You might know something.
Well, I discovered that there is a common denominator among successful people and organizations that I consistently saw. And I called those the 13 guiding constants. Game-changing principles such as character, imagination, trust, being accountable.
Right.
So these were really at the basis of what I taught, and I found that leaders of today actually had the same questions that I had many years ago, which is, how do I teach leadership and management? How do I, and especially this whole thought of, how do I help people be better? Well, the 13 guiding constants, when embraced, I found made a difference. It was this defining set of factors that had a predictable outcome.
And what I love about the book is it's not a motivational rah-rah book. This, if you're a company, this could be what guides your corporate culture to growing your business, growing your people to grow your business. If you are an individual, this is not a how-to feel-good book. It is, but it's much deeper than that. It becomes your blueprint for how do you shape and create a successful life in all areas of your life. But saying all that, Steve, what do you find when whether you're keynoting a conference, could be for several thousands of folks, could be delivering a workshop when organizations, companies would bring you in to work with their folks, their people. It could be in one of your high-end consulting programs, or it could be somebody reading the book or going through an audio program. What do you find is a big challenge that stops people from applying these strategies?
That's a great question. We work with small companies and also Fortune 500 companies around the world. And there are some common challenges.
Right, just like you got constant guideposts, you got constant challenges.
Right, exactly. And so, for example, how organizations, one of the biggest challenges is, how do we teach leadership and management? When you have strong leadership and management, it builds both the top line and the bottom line. In other words, how do we grow revenues? And in the process, how do we do it with a significant amount of profitability? And then when there's strong leadership in an organization, it creates a sustained success. Some other challenges that we've seen are how to improve communication, how to work together well in teams. And so we create a framework that helps with those kind of issues. It's not only with those issues, but we find that when they embrace the 13 guiding constants, that there is almost an immediate improvement within the organization and individuals' lives.
Well, that sounds good.
Exactly.
You know, everything sounds good, but you know, for the manager, the leader, the individual watching, the CEO, corporate executive, whoever that might be, got to ask you, does this actually really work?
Okay, good question. Well, because we want companies to succeed, that's why we're in this business. The impression, the power of the 13 guiding constants is significant, but alone they're insufficient, really. And so what we've done is we've created unique, simple, and really proprietary tools and processes that allows an organization after we're gone to drive this much more deeply and create a powerful culture that helps people get to their best. It's really an issue of thinking. What does my best look like? And asking that question on a personal level, in relationships, and then organizationally, that the ideas come and then we create the framework of how they can do it. And that's what helps make the difference.
This is not about Steve. This is about 13 guiding constants. And this is not about a message. This is about a mission.
That's exactly right, James.
You're on a mission to change people. Because you change people, you change organizations. You change organizations, you change the world.
Yeah, that's it. And we found that as individuals work on applying the 13 guiding constants, that we hear story after story of the difference that it makes. I had a fellow that wrote to me after the training. He said, listen, I haven't talked with my son for 7 years.
Wow.
Because we had a disagreement. He said, after that seminar, he said, I knew that had to end. He said, so now my son and I talk every week. He said, so not only does it affect my personal life, but it also affects how I do in my work. We had a woman that contacted us 6 months after the seminar, that we had an in-house seminar with an organization. She said, I just want to let you know, at that time, I decided to get my health back. She said, it's now been 6 months, I've lost 40 pounds.
Wow.
And she says, but far more important is I have a lot more energy. I'm making a much greater contribution within my company. We have CEOs that it's saving their marriages and they're able to get to a higher level of production. So it is really fun to be involved with organizations that see the value of this. Like you said, it's not about me. It's about the power of what I've found and what I've seen.
You created your lasting legacy that's going to impact hopefully millions of lives, hearts, minds, souls, spirits, for years.
Yeah,
for years. So it's not about Steve. It's about a mission. It's about something bigger than what he's done. He is creating 13 guiding constants that will live on forever and change people's lives forever. And what's amazing is this crosses cultural barriers. This is not just about working with folks in the United States. You've worked internationally with people on the same guiding constants. Can you talk about that for a second?
Yeah, we have, for example, we'll be traveling to a nation 2,000 miles off the coast of Africa, one of the most advanced nations in that whole region of the world. We'll actually be training 9 different companies in 1 week. And they get it. Multi-ethnic, and they can't wait to have this material.
And you will love this material too. Go to www.becomingyourbest.com. Invest. Notice I didn't say spend. Invest in the book. Invest in the training for your people. Invest in the training for your family. Invest in the audios. Look at the posters they have. They have a life app. Invest in everything you can so that you and those that you love and care about can become your best. Thanks, Steve, for being here. I appreciate it.